thank you for joining me again. So we are in the VXR now, and now it's all back together and driving. It's actually on the road, it's taxed and insured. I have done a couple of drives already. So I did a long distance test down to Nuneaton and back, which where I'm from it's about a 4-hour trip. She was fine, yeah. The only issue we've got, and I did expect this, obviously we stuck a larger turbo on it, so we are hitting overboost, particularly in third gear and above. So yeah, so at the moment I'm just logging boost pressure and a host of other things, just so we can see what we're working with. Now I am going to map this. I have already taken the file off this car. I'll show you that now. So basically I used a program called Trinec Cam Flasher, which is specifically for Motronic Trionic ECUs like this one. Okay, so now the engine's back in. We have given it a good long distance test. Obviously it's over boosting with this big turbo on. So what we are doing today is we are just taking the file off the ECU, ready to map the turbo in. So yeah, it does take a while. I mean, it's always important, because obviously this is going to take a good 20 minutes to have the car on a good charger. Now I use the GYS 112 flash, I think it is. I don't know if you can see it. It's down there somewhere anyway. So we've got a steady 13.5 volts going through the car, which will give us a clean read and obviously a clean flash once we've reworked the file. So yeah, everything's working as it should at the moment. Let's see what we can get out of this turbo. If you've ever seen the ECU on this, it's tiny. It's a really small ECU, and the torque limitations on these ECUs aren't easy to get your head around. So anyway, massive difference in here. I mean, obviously I've got crap on the seat there, but she is now all clean. I mean, the drive to Nuneaton, I actually took my whole family, so all this has been cleaned. This was all gunked up, all shitty. I've got a new gator put on now, and yeah, I'm just waiting for the car to warm up. I mean, it's probably all right to drive now. And yeah, I'm going to drive down to GPZ because we have got an engine mount that I need to fit on the car. It's the front engine mount. When I got the car, it never had one, so I've had to wait for this engine mount to come. I mean, the car's all right to drive with it, but obviously you get movement on the engine at the moment. So we're going to go down to the GPZ now, fit that engine mount, then I'm going to do some logs, and yeah, we'll go from there. I'll do a quick walk around of the car as well, and obviously the engine bay. But anyway, thanks for coming back. I'm really sorry I haven't done anything for Christ about 4 months now, 5 months. I have been absolute, when I say flat out, I mean flat out. And some of you who I've done work for, some of you subscribers, you'll understand that, because I've been here, there and everywhere since I've got a van. So I'm now mobile, so doing mobile call outs mechanically. Obviously the fuel pumps, that's took off. Calling down to people's S3s, Golf R's, upgrading their pumps for them, Cupras. Yeah, anyway, stay tuned. Let's get this engine mount fitted. So there we are, all done. That's what we were missing. So the car is all fixed mechanically. So I have done, as I said, I have done a long run in this to Nuneaton and back, which was about 4 hours on the road. Yeah, the car was faultless. It's quite a nice drive actually. I mean, it chins the fuel, as you can imagine, V6 turbo. But I've just fitted the engine mount now. It just feels so much better. So obviously there would have been a bit of, well, quite a lot of lateral movement because it's the front engine mount which obviously stops it lifting. So if you imagine when you accelerate, the engine's doing that. So now it feels nice and solid. But yeah, I have got to map his turbo in because we are hitting overboost. I mean, naturally, because obviously we got a much bigger core over the stock turbo. I mean, the car is already mapped to stage 1, but yeah, obviously hybrid turbo is adding a lot more boost pressure, which we need to tame and control. But she sounded lovely, she really is. She's driving nice as well, like faultless. She does drive a little bit rough on the road with these KWs on. So it's got KW coilovers, and they are in quite stiff setting at the moment, which is great for handling, not so great for traction and comfort. Yeah, in this weather, just wants to spin. Yeah, the engine is absolutely great. Lovely sounds coming from that intake as well. Yeah, she does handle quite nice, you know. Anyway, it's quite a nice achievement. So obviously we did a lot to this engine, and you should always expect a few teething problems when you've stripped an engine down and put it back together. We've had nothing really, just that little coolant leak, which is brilliant. Okay, here we are. It's going to be a cold start, this. Not sure I like him, to be honest. Well, as you can see, we painted the calipers red as opposed to the factory blue. I mean, blue or black doesn't really go, in my opinion. It is all nice and smooth. I mean, you can actually put a cup of water on this engine, it's so smooth. Yeah, absolutely faultless. So we did have a leak. Obviously this is an aftermarket header tank, couldn't find one new. Just see there where it was leaking. The outlet pipe here had quite a bit of a moulding mark on it, so sanded down, and the pipe I used to replace it, it's just a bit loose on there. So anyway, that's all fixed. Got the heat shield fabricated. Stop melting this. Yeah, apart from that, she is a million miles away from what she was. But yeah. So there are quite a few cosmetic jobs you need to do on this. I mean, the first one being obviously bonnet respray. Yeah, it's a bit hard to show you really because obviously it needs a good clean. Yeah, I'm not sure this is going to pick up well, but the inside has been thoroughly cleaned. I mean, this was a right mess. There was all kinds of shite. All kinds of shite everywhere on it. I did stink of, as I said, dog and weed. Back window has been retinted. And again, I mean, I've been using this, so It's a bit dirty, or dirtier than what it was when I first valeted it. But yeah, I do still need a passenger vent. The one I got was the wrong shape, so it was off a C, but VXR ones apparently are different. So I need one of them if anyone knows where to get one from. But yeah, apart from that, pretty much done in here. I mean, yeah, we did have that accident where the curtain airbag deployed. Oh no. Oh no. Little bit of an accident yesterday. I mean, yeah, as you can see, that wheel isn't straight. That's not the wheel that was on it. This was the wheel that was on it. Oh dear. So yeah, you'll have to find out in the next video what happened there. And unfortunately, side airbags went off. But not a problem, it's an easy fix that. It's just a small little bump in the road. So basically, because we had the subframe off, we did nick one of the brake lines. And after I bled the clutch, what happened was we basically got air in the master cylinder, or something anyway. So I did take it down the road for a boot, and I accidentally didn't have any brakes. So I pulled the handbrake up, but obviously because they'd been standing for a while, the discs were all rusted. And yeah, we ended up going into a curve at the end of the junction, which bent the axle, which we've now replaced, and the curtain airbag as well, which you wouldn't even, that's how it's been deployed. So crash has been removed from the ECU as well, fairly simple to do. But yeah. I mean, I should have cleaned this really before I did this walk around. I've still got this to repair. It's a simple fix, and yeah, it needs a good wash and a detail on the outside. Yeah, she certainly drives great now. Just got to concentrate on the cosmetic side. So that's literally quarter throttle. Go any more, I mean I can go half throttle, but that's got a tendency to overboost and go in limp mode. Yeah, the noise is lovely. Picks up really well. I mean, there's a lot more in it. I mean, yeah, it has taken a while, and I do apologise. I've been doing this in between work, obviously when I've got quiet downtime. I've just been flat out since starting the business. So yeah, so next is to attack the cosmetics of it, because it is a bit tatty. I mean, look, a lot of people are telling me I'm being a bit too OCD with it, but you know, when you've had a car for so long, you look at all the niggles and they annoy you. And I just think if I ever came to sell it, those niggles could be picked up on. But I mean, at the end of the day, I started out with this car to get it back to some form of glory, didn't I? So that's what I'm going to do. So we're probably looking at not a full respray, but definitely a partial respray. And I think the car deserves it, you know. I mean, I have chucked some money into it, I tell you, but it's definitely worth it. Alright, so there we go, guys. A brief update on the VXR. I have got a lot of video footage that I need to go through for some of other videos up and coming. I've got a bit of free time now with it being spring. It's generally sort of eased off with the work. But yeah, next we're going to be mapping this, so raising the boost limit and the fuel limit. We're not going to go crazy. We're just going to get a nice bit of decent power out of this before we have to go injectors, clutch, blah blah blah. So yeah, so if you are new to the channel, I am going to jump back onto YouTube now. So a few good videos coming up. We've got Stage 3 Golf R that I've done some work on, turbo, intercooler, and whatnot, and the fuel pumps. And that made 530 horsepower, so that's going to be a good video to watch. Anyway, if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. So here we go. So we have got our map off the Vectra here. What I'm doing now is I'm just logging. I've got the A2Ls, which obviously give you a breakdown of what each map is. So at the moment we're on calculation and boost pressure, which is basically what we're going to change to correct overboost. Now this is measured in hectopascals HPA, which we will need to make some calculations on. But yeah, so what we're going to do is a bit of a slow process. This we're going to adjust the boost and raise the limit. Obviously we then need to see to fueling as well, make sure we got the right fuel for the new amount of boost going through to the engine. But yeah, bit of a long-winded process, because obviously we've got to do this, put this file on the car, log it, and we may need to do some other adjustments. So it is a bit of back and forth, which is going to take a while. Anyway.